back. We take you, of course, till 3. If you want to get in on the accidentlawfirm.com text line, it's 786-322-1105. That's 786-322-1105. If you want to get in on the program, the other way you can reach out to us is on Twitter, and that's at Big O Show. Of course, if you're watching on the YouTube channel, which we love you for watching and keeping it locked here, you can always comment on the chat board there. We just put out a poll question on Twitter. Wanted to get your thoughts on this. TMZ broke the story yesterday, okay? Because we were on the air yesterday towards the end of our show when that thing came across in the it was the last half hour of our show, basically.
It's about 2:40.
Yeah, the last half hour of our show, and we talked about it, and it kind of, I got to be honest, it kind of threw me off towards the. I almost felt terrible doing that last interview because it had nothing to do with it. But it's just like today it's a really difficult day to talk about other things because of this. You know what I'm saying? And there really isn't a lot of other things to talk about, actually. I've got a couple things that I am going to get into in this hour. And we'll get into it before we get to Kobe Price at 2:00. But we wanted to put out a poll question because yesterday TMZ broke the story before Vanessa Bryant and anybody else knew about it. So they found out through TMZ. The world found out through TMZ. So I want to put out a poll question out there. And because if you're in that spot, do you want to find out that way, or would you rather find out through the authorities, kind of, behind the scenes, and then that way you get to release the information? In this world, that's really hard, and with famous people, it becomes even harder to keep that kind of stuff under wraps. So we put out a poll question out there. What are your thoughts on TMZ breaking the Kobe Bryant story before the family was told? And there's only two answers. It's their job, no problem. It's wrong. Okay? So far, 82% of you are saying that it's wrong. Actually, it's gone down now. 62% of you are saying it's wrong. It's up now. 38% are saying it's their job, no problem. Interesting. I like to see how that voting goes now and what how people view that situation, because there's a lot of people that are bothered by it, and I can understand both because I'm in the media, so I get it. And I also get that it's really hard to kind of keep any of this kind of stuff under wraps. It just is. I mean, come on. This is an enormous story. And when you find out about it, and because they're in the business of breaking, and TMZ, this is not the first death that they report. TMZ does this all the time. They are one of the best at this. They rarely ever make a mistake nowadays. Early TMZ made some mistakes. 10 plus years ago, they made their share of mistakes because I've been following them for a long time. And hell, I used to have a TMZ segment on my show. I would have one of the guys from TMZ come on every week and everything. So I got to know them a little bit, but they, as of whatever the last few years, they are impeccable when it comes to this. Now, that doesn't make it right, or maybe it's not wrong. I guess it all depends on where you look at it. And do you put yourself in Vanessa's position? The Bryant family, how do they feel about this? Because, think about this. You're just hanging out and you get a TMZ thing and people start, can you imagine how many people started texting to Vanessa? Oh, I'm so sorry to hear about this. And she hasn't even heard from an official person that her husband is dead, that her daughter is dead. And meanwhile, by the way, we didn't know about the daughter at that moment. So if she gets it that Kobe Bryant is dead, She's the one that knows that her daughter was with him. I mean, who's to this happens a lot too. Who's to say they weren't in contact right before they crashed? Because it happens a lot where people get on their phones and they try to contact somebody they love, and sometimes they can and sometimes they can't. And maybe that helicopter, maybe they had enough time. I don't know. I don't know how long they were fighting that engine trouble or whatever kind of trouble that they had. And by the way, for those of you that were questioning the dense fog and all those things, apparently the pilot had permission to fly in those conditions and was getting guidance. Now, we don't know what, the NTSB, right? The National Transportation Safety Board, I think that's how it is. The NTSB is investigating it now, like they investigate all of these crashes, and they'll tell us. And they'll give us the insight on what really went on in that accident. But you can go to our Twitter page at Big O Show, and I want to know what your thoughts are on TMZ breaking the Kobe Bryant story before the family was told. Okay? I want to know what your thoughts on that one. Right now, it's 73% of you say it's wrong. 27% of you say it's their job. No problem. And this is one where I got to tell you, that's a story that kind of will throw you off a little bit. I will say that. Kobe Price is going to join us from the South Florida Sun-Sentinel at 2 o'clock. He wrote a story of Dion Waiters, and the Heat are back in action tonight. And I don't know what the Heat are going to do tonight. That's the question. How are the Heat going to handle this whole Kobe Bryant? They'll do something. I can guarantee you the Heat will do something. They are a classy organization. They are well in touch with anything and everything going on locally, nationally. That's the one thing I love about Pat Riley. I mean, there's a lot of things to love about Pat Riley, but most of you have never covered him. I have for many years as a coach. I'm talking about. Wasn't only the president, but as the coach. One of the things I love about Pat Riley, that he is unlike any other coach on the planet that I've covered, actually. I'm trying to think of if there's another coach I've ever covered. Most of them are blindfolders. I mean, blinds on, and just all I'm thinking about is hockey. All I'm thinking about is football. All I'm thinking about is basketball. All I'm thinking about is baseball. You can't ask me about anything else because I don't know about anything else. That's not Pat Riley. Pat Riley follows everything, man. You can talk pop culture with him. You can talk music. You can talk news. You can talk. He just keeps up with everything. He'll know what the Dolphins are doing. The Dolphins coach won't know anything that the Heat are doing, or the Panthers, or the Marlins. But Pat Riley will. Pat Riley will have he's not going to tell you every little detail about it, but he's going to know if they're doing well. He's going to know the coach. He's going to know the manager. He's going to know whatever. Okay? Whatever sport we're talking about. He's going to know. He's a well-rounded individual, which, of course, trickles down to the rest of the organization, which is a well-rounded organization, which is not just about themselves. They understand the public. That's why Mickey Harrison lowers prices in the 08 and 09 season leading up to 10 when he knew he wasn't giving you a product that you really wanted, yet you were still going to the playoffs, by the way. But still, he lowered the prices. Okay? You know? Not that Derek Jeter's going to be doing stuff like that, but you know what I'm saying. So these are things that they get, and they're going to do something special for Kobe tonight. I mean, they have the best media, not just media relations, but they have the best production crew out there. Because when you go to a Heat game, the video, the production, all of that, Forget it, dude. Panthers, Marlins, Dolphins. I don't know who the hell Inter Miami's hiring. They're all way behind the Heat. Okay, I haven't even seen Inter Miami, and I can already tell you they're going to be way behind the Heat. Okay? Everybody's behind the Heat. Stand in line, bitch. You got a lot to learn.
Haven't even gotten a chance to come out of the blocks,
Nothing.
And you're already losing the race.
Yeah, they lost that race. They got it. Well, I mean, the Heat is the Heat, bro. That's what we got to do. The Heat is the organization in town. Okay? They are the only marquee organization in town. I believe Inter will become that. I do. But, they're not there yet. Got to give them some time, and they got to show it to us. There's only one marquee franchise in town. It's the Miami Heat. And it's because of that dude, Pat Riley.
What was it? We had Dwayne Wade, right?
Yeah, I think we had him here.
A couple weeks later, Kawhi, Toronto.
Right.
And the production difference when we were talking about it.
Oh, yeah,
right?
yeah.
Totally paled.
Yeah.
And you were like, well, come on, you can't compare what we're doing to,
Right. Yeah, the Heat are...
Or, a real deal, like, full-fledged movie, and you're talking about, like, a show.
Right.
30-minute show.
Yep. David Greer says, they broke the Michael Jackson death. That's what reminded me of yesterday. Mark Clapper. Do you have the clap, Mark? Breaking the story, sure, that's one thing, but attaching the name to it, classless. An utterly low-budget move, as was WPO Felicia Soma's need to tweet out the article regarding, yes. That was terrible, too. Yeah, that was the, I've got that story, too. There are people that in this world, unfortunately, they just have hate in their heart. You know what I mean? And that's where, things like that come from. I mean, the MSNBC lady, wow. You talk about a Freudian slip of Godzilla-like proportions. That was one right there. And we've had this conversation before. Okay? When you have slip-ups like that, it's because you think like that. Okay? When it comes out, it's because it's in there, dude. It's in here. Right? Those mistakes don't happen. If you don't have hate in your heart, if you don't have bias in your heart, then it's not going to come out of your mouth. It's pretty simple. For those of you that don't know what I'm talking about, there's an MSNBC reporter, and she says the N-word, okay? Let me play it for you. She's reporting the Kobe Bryant death, right? Here it goes.
You couldn't deny how much he brought to the team, no matter which team, which Lakers team he played on.
Yeah, it seems like he was just the kind of athlete, the kind of star that was perfectly cast on the Los Angeles Lakers. Kavita, if I could ask you to stay with us for...
From Lakers to N-word. Come on, dude. Come on. My brother, that's the kind... The plastic man can't make that stretch. I'm sorry for you youngins out there. I used an old reference. You probably have no idea who Plastic Man is. But what can I use as what is a modern day person for stretch? What can I use? What would be my reference now? That's a stretch. What's the modern day version of it that a millennial or a Generation Z will understand? Trying to can you think of one? No, right? I mean, this is what I hate. If I can come up with a modern day reference, I use it. But if I can't come up with it, I'm sorry. Now that's a stretch.
You couldn't deny how much he brought to the team, no matter which team, which Lakers team he played on.
Yeah, it seems like he was just the kind of athlete, the kind of star that was perfectly cast on the Los Angeles Lakers. Kavita, if I could ask you to stay with us for.
Wow. And she issued an apology that she was trying to say Lakers and Knicks. Bro, there's G's in there. There's G's. Any G's in Knicks? I don't think so. I'm pretty sure of that there are no G's in Knicks.
Perfectly cast on the Los Angeles Lakers. Kavita, if I could ask you to stay with us for.
Yes.
On the Los Angeles Lakers.
Yes. Yeah. No. Yeah. That sounds like Lakers and Knicks. Yeah. You know perfectly. That's not a mistake. I just want you to know that. At least that's the way I look at things. That's the same thing as being drunk. Same thing. When you catch somebody drunk and they spill their guts, it's because they're telling you the truth. Because alcohol is a truth serum. And Freudian slips are that coming out. That's not a mistake. Don't let anybody ever pass that crap on you. Okay? When you don't have hate in your heart, it doesn't come out of here. All right? That's the only way to look at it. Because I know, because that's how I am. I have no hate in my heart for any race, any religion, any sex, nothing. It doesn't cross my mind. I treat you the way you're going to treat me. I'm going to respect you the way you'll respect me, and that's it. I don't call you a Cuban idiot. I don't call you a white idiot. I don't call you a country idiot, a black idiot, a Puerto Rican idiot. No. I'll just call you an idiot. But when you hear those people throw in, she's a blank bitch, he's a blank whatever, and when they throw in that nationality, that color, that religion, the size, because some people might also be, fat shamers, and they just want to pick on you for that. Oh, that fat bastard. You know what I'm saying? That kind of stuff. That's hate, man. That's hate. That, what you just heard there?
Los Angeles Lakers. Kavita, if I could ask you to stay with us for.
This is hate, bro. Hate.
Perfectly cast on the Los Angeles Lakers. Kavita.
Come on, man. You don't think that. If you think that, that's because that's who you are. That's all. It's pretty simple. There's no slips there. There's no mistakes there. There never is. All right? Never. It's a mistake. It's an exposure is what it is. It's like Ryan Tannehill having to use his arm to beat you. Exposure. It's like Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson having to live from the pocket and getting exposed. That kind of stuff. Just a different kind of exposure. That's all. That's what she got. Exposed for being a racist.
Perfectly cast on the Los Angeles Lakers. Kavita, if I could ask you.
Wow. That's a slip up that it doesn't happen if you're not racist. That's all. She can give me whatever explanation she wants. She can apologize all she wants. I don't believe a damn thing she says. Okay? That apology as she gave me, or gave us, I'm saying. Well, no, I was trying to mix Lakers and Knicks. Yeah, where are the G's? Huh? Where are the G's? Because I don't hear any G's in Lakers or in Knicks. Is there any G's? Can you remind me again, Bill? Any G's at all in the word Knicks?
No, not that I could say.
How about Lakers?
That would be a negative as well.
Okay, so she says she was mixing Lakers and Knicks.
Perfectly cast on the Los Angeles Lakers.
Okay, all right. No, I'm just, that's well, that sounds like Lakers and Knicks to me mixed. Whoa, yeah, no doubt. Yeah. 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 You go ahead. I've got a bridge for you in the Keys. If you believe her, I got a bridge in the Keys I want to sell you. Seriously. It's awesome. Okay? Waterfront property for you. I'll give you a good price on it. Call me. I'll sell you that bridge. 786-322-1105. That's 786-322-1105. Plastic Man getting some love from Big O. What's next? Stretch Armstrong. There you go. Not bad. Not bad. Let's see. What else do we have? I hated Kobe on the court, but yesterday I cried a lot. I felt like I lost a family member. Man of 1,005 holds says the Heat will probably retire one of Kobe's numbers. I mean, that's I could see them retiring one. Yeah. Esther Finn, unacceptable. That's up to the local law. I guess he was not happy that TMZ broke it. George says TMZ seems to be the best in this type of stuff. They are. They are. NorCal says, Big O, did you have any favorite players from the Shrine Game and Senior Bowl weeks? Shrine Game, I told you that my quarterback, Davidson, that would be my favorite guy in the Shrine. I love the D tackle from Arkansas. What was his name? He's got that funky name. Let me tell you, the guy. I had a couple guys from the East West Shrine Game that I liked. Let me see. Let me see here. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Where are you, Arkansas boy? Where is he?
Is he on the North schedule? You know how they sometimes mess around and put this kid over here and that guy's over here.
Yeah, like UM. They had him on
the North,
on the North team in the Senior Bowl. Where's the Arkansas? Oh, here he is. McTelvin Ajim. I always forget his name, man. I like that kid. McTelvin Ajim. I liked Alex Highsmith from Charlotte. I thought he did a nice job also. The Northwestern kid, Joe Gaziano, was also a kid that I liked. Darrell Williams. I thought he did all right as a center. He might be a late-round project that you take. Loved Tavian Feaster from South Carolina, the running back. I thought he did a really, really nice job. Aaron Parker from Rhode Island, the wide receiver, I thought was really, really good. There were a couple guys that I liked in this game. Who else? Tony Jones. He had a great week from Notre Dame. I thought he did a really nice job overall. Let me see what else. There were a couple guys that I liked. I like the FIU kid, by the way, James Morgan too. Another late round guy that I would take as a project guy. That would be another guy. There you go. There were a couple guys from the East West that I liked. Senior Bowl wise, I'll give you a couple of players that I have. Let me see where my Senior Bowl notes are. I'll find those for you from the Senior Bowl. But those are some from the East-West that I did like. What else do we have here on the accidentlawfirm.com text line? Or remember to give us the thumbs up while you're watching the broadcast. We always appreciate you giving us thumbs up there on the broadcast. As always, let me see what the poll question and where we're at right now. Oh, we need a break is where we're at, but let's give you the total on the poll question right now. TMZ broke the story of Kobe Bryant yesterday, passing away, in the helicopter crash. So we ask you out there, okay, what are your thoughts on it? And you only have two answers. One, it's their job, no problem, and it's wrong. Right now, 75% say it's wrong, 25% say it's their job, no problem. You can go to our Twitter page at Big O Show so you can put in your vote there. All right, let's do this. We got Bill driving the program. Kobe Price is going to join us at 2 o'clock. We're going to come back on the other side. We'll get into a little Heat talk. I want to get into progress for somebody and the Miami Heat. We'll get into a little bit more Kobe talk. We've got some football conversation. Something really classy happened over the weekend. I didn't see it personally, but I read about it because, I don't really watch the Pro Bowl. Come on, man. It's the Pro Bowl. I don't watch the NHL All-Star Game. Don't watch the Pro Bowl. I told you that yesterday. I can't do it. Baseball All-Star is the only game I watch. I really do. And we had the Panthers there at the All-Star Game, but I just had no interest, man. But something really classy happened in the Pro Bowl, and I want to talk about that. I think it's really cool. Plus, there might be more to that story because that is something that might be leading to something else. So I want to get into that. Got a couple of music notes also I want to share with you in this 1 o'clock hour. Let's take a break. We got 2 hours down already. We got 2 more to go right here on the Big O Show. All right, we are back.
This is the Big O Show.
We take you, of course, till 3 o'clock, and we appreciate all of you for tuning in and supporting the show every single day. And obviously, it's a tough day for everybody. It's a tough day for sports fans everywhere. This isn't an easy show for any of us to do, obviously, because it's so hard to go into other directions. You don't want to sound like you're insensitive in any way, shape, or form, and I'm far from that. Obviously, I mean, hell, the first 2 hours have been pretty much dedicated all to Kobe. So we've done our best that we can on this program to address it, and we've got a couple of other things that I definitely want to talk about. Basketball-wise, staying in that ballpark. We're going to have Kobe Price joining us at the top of the hour. He had an interesting article about Dion Waiters, who apparently apologized yesterday. Which, yeah, I just said that. Dion Waiters apologized. Think about that. Dion Waiters took accountability for something. So the Heat tonight will take on the Magic at 7:30. This is a game that, right? I mean, Heat Magic, you're like, okay, I know the Heat are better, but that means nothing whatsoever, right? It doesn't matter if the Heat have the big three, okay? I don't care who they have. You can't underestimate this game. This is one of those games that we've gotten to the point now that it gets our attention, right? You play the Cavs, and you're like, yeah, they're playing the Cavs tonight, and you might be like on your phone half the time and kind of half-ass paying attention to the game. You might be talking to your wife or whatever, girlfriend, friends, whatever, and half-ass pay attention to the game. Even if you have a couple guys over, you're BSing, probably talking more Kobe throughout the night than even watching the game, right? Lakers come to town. The Bucks come to town. Whatever, pick a quality team. Comes to town. There's less talking in the room. You're watching the game, right? There's a lot more concern. You're watching the game. Because when you're watching the Cavs, not a concern. You're talking with your friends, your family members. You're casually watching. Not a concern, right? Big games, concern. This game, not considered big, because Miami-Orlando is not a marquee matchup, but, man, it's a marquee of a pain in the ass, is what it is. That's what this matchup is between the Heat and the Magic. A major pain in the ass. You know it. I know it. The Heat knows it. The coaches know it. The players know it. I mean, come on. You don't think that Spo reminds them This is what we did in 14. This is what we did in 15 again. This is what we did in 16. This is what we did in 17. I mean, these guys are a pain in our ass. Do you guys get it? It doesn't matter where the names change in the faces. They are a pain in our ass. It doesn't matter if half their team is out. They are a pain in our ass. So this is a game that, I kind of sit there frustrated right from the get-go. Don't you? Admit it. Come on, you sit right from the beginning of the Heat Magic game already pissed off. Do you know why? Because you know you've lost to them already several times when you shouldn't. And you're like, man, this better not happen again. Okay? And that's me, not my Invisaligns allowing me not to talk, okay? That's the beauty of these Invisaligns. It doesn't affect you at all. But seriously, it's amazing. This is a game you come in pissed off. I at least I do. I don't know about you guys, but I come into this game pissed off. It's years of being pissed off. Tyler Hero may not be as pissed off as I am, but I can guarantee a lot of Heat fans are doing it. Tell me, now that I brought that up, Bill, don't you come into a Magic game already pissed off?
There's just this uneasy feeling.
Right?
Indiana's a thorn in our side. We know they're a good team.
Yeah, but that's a good
Orlando
team.
is the bottom of the barrel.
Well, not really. They're middle.
Usually.
They're not anymore. The last couple of years. Let's give them
No,
love.
they're moving in the right direction.
They were in the playoffs last year and in the playoffs this year. Right now, they're a bottom ringer playoff team. But you're still better than them, is my point.
Right now, yes.
Yeah. You
are.
can make a case for Indiana, and you can make a case for Houston and Milwaukee and the Lakers and any other good team that comes into town. You can say they're either as good or better than the Heat. So if they lose to them, okay, you lose to these guys, you are walking to the cabinet and grabbing Alka-Seltzer. You lose to these guys, and you're, honey, where's the kaopectate? You lose to the Magic, and it's a freaking Maylux moment. That's the thing. You lose to the Magic. The next day, you're talking with your buds like, what the F, man? What is it about this team? We know they're better, but yet they keep losing to these guys. What the hell is going on? That's what happens to you in a Magic game. It's crazy, isn't it? Nuts. I just, please, get over this hump. Spank this team and send them home. That's all I want. Just take care of business against the damn Magic. Please. Just a little bit. That's all I'm asking. I don't think I'm asking for too much. And let me tell you something. You go to Toyota of Hollywood, they're not going to ask for a lot. No. That's the number one volume Toyota dealership in the Southeast United States. They've got all kinds of great programs right now, 0% financing for 72 months. They'll make your payments until 2021. They've got over 1,500 cars and trucks for you to choose from. And let me tell you, having a large selection is awesome because you get to pick the car you want, the color you want, the model you want, the style you want, but more importantly, the price you want. So get on down there, baby. Go see Steve Ostrov. Go see Herbie Lopez. Go see Eddie. Go see all the great people out there, man. They will take care of you at Toyota of Hollywood. I promise you. And it's at 1841 North State Road 7. And make sure you mention our show. Please, make sure you mention our show. Got to have that. It's got to be part of the whole mix. So the other night, Dion Waiters made his debut after 3 suspensions, $1.4 million less in his bank account, all kinds of stupid-ass stuff that he said, including that Spo can't coach, things like that. So he made his debut. He had a decent night, shot 5 of 9 from three-point range, which is excellent. Didn't shoot well overall. But, he had a couple blocks and stuff. So, he did a nice job for his first outing. He did a good job. So now comes the next step. And now comes the opportunities to get in front of the media, talk, get yourself prepared for possibly other games. Remember, Butler is dealing with the ankle injury. He's questionable for tonight. Goran's got that left calf bruise. And Nunn has got the bilateral Achilles injury. All right? These are all things that we're all concerned about. So that means that Dion Waiters could be playing again tonight against the Magic. So Dion Waiters spoke with the media for the first time. And he says, I'm a grown man. I don't point fingers. I could easily say this and that, but at the end of the day, it's me, Waiters said. I made immature decisions. So, I take full responsibility. How about that? How about Dion Waiters? It's a little bit of a golf clap, but, I got to give him a little bit of a clap at least. And he goes on to say, there's so many, Eric says, there's so many moving parts right now. You just want everybody to put in the time behind the scenes and get into healthy head space where you can contribute when your number is called, and he did that. He still has a ways to go with his conditioning, particularly game conditioning. That's to be expected, but he's a gamer, okay? So he goes on to say, Jimmy Butler says, I'm happy for him. I'm very happy for him. He's working. He's ready to go out there and hoop. And that's all what we were saying. Just stay ready. Now it's all about trying to stack up however many good days you can. And, Dion goes on to say, look, I'm not going to lie to you, man. My kids, my family, my support system is so strong. I've got a lot of good people in my life. You find that out when you go through them times. This is the first time I've been through something like this in my life. I don't feel like I lost anything besides my money. All right? So now it's up to Dion Waiters to prove that he really is, moving on. And listen, he's still sounding like it. He says, I really didn't process it right away, Waiters said of Spoelstra's call. I really didn't take it in. I didn't tell anybody I was playing. I called my mom and told my girl I wasn't happy until it happened. Going into it, I didn't know how long or anything like that. He asked me if I was ready. I just grinned and said, yeah. That's how it went. And so he goes, I have a lot of good people in my life. And you find that out when you go through these times. Says going through this, I was going through that and being able to just stay me, stay sane. It taught me a lot about myself. I knew I was mentally tough because of my upbringing, but that's right there. It's going to try you and test you. I didn't let it deter me from the most important stuff, and that's being a father every day, no matter what I'm going through. My kids kept me sane, my family, my girl, my things like that. We got it. We got through it together. That's the blessing. Now we'll see if he can actually maintain this, because he's had his moments of being a knucklehead. And are you going to continue to be a knucklehead, or are you going to finally grow up and move on and be a professional? I mean, look at what James Johnson did. A pro, and he's back on the court. Said, if I put myself in a position where I stay ready and I don't have to get ready, just being that pro, make sure I'm there for my teammates, I'll be fine whatever happens, Waiters said. Of course, I'd like to play, but that's not under my control. We got a lot of guys around here that work hard, and that's only going to push you. They did a great job out there finding ways to win, staying together, sharing the ball, and it looked good. Anytime you got a team like that, you're itching to get out there. But at the same time, it's going to take time. You know what I like about that statement there from Dion is that he talked about the patience. And because he put himself into a hole, he had to be patient. And he had to work out of it the right way, the Heat way. And if he doesn't do it the Heat way, he's not going to do it at all. And that's the one thing. Now, that's the whole thing. Are these words or are these going to be actions? Is he going to live up to what he's talking about right now? Is the question. That's what that's what we're going to figure out now over the next couple of weeks. And look, I told you guys this. If he's smart, he screws his head on, he stays shut, he becomes a team player, he gets playing time, because eventually guys get injured, man, and especially Goran. I mean, that guy can't stay healthy ever anymore. So you know you're going to get playing time, and now Kendrick Nunn, God forbid this Achilles injury is anything serious. But as Will Carroll said, hey, whenever it's an Achilles, you got to take it serious. So all of this, we've got to wait and see. But he's going to have opportunities. And if you straighten your crap out, Dion, and you're a good soldier from here on out all the way through the playoffs, and you go into the offseason, maybe somebody says, hey, you know what? We can trade for him. He's in his final year. He might be able to help us. And you know what? It's an expiring contract, worst case scenario. And maybe Miami can move you to somewhere where you get more of an opportunity and they get something in return. Even if it's only a second rounder and some backup player or something. Who cares? But for you, if you want opportunity so you can build on and get another contract, because Dion, dude, that's what you should be working on. Don't be an idiot from here on out, because then all you're going to do is play out this contract and not make any more money and make NBA minimum the following time around if somebody signs you. Because if you continue down the knucklehead path, they won't even want you at the NBA minimum because they won't want the headaches. So don't be a headache from here on out. How about that? Wow, what a concept. You know? So that's that's the part that is, kind of screwed up. 786-322-1105 if you want to get in on the program. That's 786-322-1105 if you want to get in on the accidentlawfirm.com text line, of course, which is always open to you whenever you're listening to the show, all right, watching the show, and we get you to think, laugh, pissed off, angry, you want to insult me, whatever, send it in. And if you actually even have a compliment for us because we actually did something right, which I know it's rare that we do anything right around here, but once in a blue moon, if we get something right and you want to compliment us about it, you can also do that. We'll accept some compliments at 786-322-1105 and on Twitter at Big O Show. Right now, it's 74% of you say, what are your thoughts on TMZ breaking the Kobe Bryant story before the family was told? Go to our Twitter page at Big O Show and vote. 74% say it's wrong. 26% say it's their job. No problem. All right? Give us your vote there. And we will continue to track it. Let me see what we got here on the YouTube chat board. Let's see. Brandon Flood says, same story with the Magic and the Wizards. Hawks too. Yeah. No, it's frustrating, but the Magic for me more than any of those other teams. Hawks or Wizards, I think they beat those teams more often. They lose way too much to the Magic. Way too much. To the point that it's freaking annoying how much they lose to the Magic. It really is. But we'll see. And I like what Dion had to say. Now we take a wait-and-see approach and see if he actually means it. That would be really, really cool to find that out. All right, 786-322-1105. If you want to get in on the accidentlawfirm.com text line, you can also reach out to us on Twitter. That's at Big O Show, of course. Follow us there. I'm trying to see if there's any new developments in the Kobe Bryant car accident. helicopter accident. And so far, I am not seeing anything else new here. They have not released also the identity of the pilots and the two other victims that were lost in this tragedy. And again, that's the part that personally for me, that's the part that bothers me as a father, is that you lost a couple of kids here. That kills you, man. Tiger Woods found out from his caddy walking off the course, and then he addressed the media right after he was told from his caddy that Kobe had passed away.
It's a shocker to everyone. Unbelievably sad, and one of the more tragic days that I think, well, for me, the reality is kind of sitting in because I was just told Carlo about 5 minutes ago.
What will you remember most about him as a player, but most importantly as a man and father?
The fire. He burned so competitively hot, and the desire to win. He brought it each and every night.
I think that's something he got from Michael, because Michael had that same kind of fire. Not everybody plays like that, man. Not everybody has that burning desire like he does, that he was a crazed maniac in wanting to win at all costs. And I'll tell you, guys, Brady has that in him. There's certain guys, you see it, that they just are. I think Giannis has it. You can tell that he's one of those competitors. Russell Wilson, Drew Brees. These kind of cats that just, man, they face all kinds of odds, and they just think about overcoming these kind of odds. And that's what that dude had. That dude was wired that way. And listen, when he first got into the league, we thought he was copying everything that Jordan was doing in a way, right? And that's kind of that whole, that whole dog mentality that he had about the game. And that came a lot from watching Jordan, who was also a crazed maniac to a point that he punched Steve Kerr in a practice once. And you got to be pretty intense to be punching your teammate in practice. You got to be pretty unhappy with your own teammate when you want to punch him. And mind you, it's Steve Kerr. It doesn't look like Steve Kerr would be the guy that's a real problem in practice. You know what I'm saying? I get it if you had to get into it with Whiteside. Whiteside's the kind of guy that everybody in the team wanted to punch him, probably. He's lucky he's in this era. Can you imagine? Michael Jordan would have kicked his ass, not punched him. He would have pounded the crap out of Whiteside. In fact, Whiteside doesn't last 5 minutes on a Michael Jordan team. Are you kidding me? He looks at Phil Jackson and says, get this guy out of here. Get this clown out of here. And there's Whiteside talking to his fish. Huh? You're cutting me? Yeah, that's probably what it would be. But, yeah, how about that with Tiger? I mean, it affected everyone. It's amazing. You know who kind of was like that too? Was Doc Rivers. I mean, Doc Rivers. Was John Lennon. When John Lennon passed, he wasn't just a rocker, because he had also transcended too. He was a philanthropist, he was a political activist, he was all kinds of things, and he meant more to people than just a Beatle. And when he passed away, it kind of seemed also like reality stood still for a moment. You had to live it to kind of experience it. Elvis, kind of the same thing. There were certain people like that we've had throughout our lives that they just seem to touch a lot of people in so many different ways outside of just what they do. Lennon was that guy that he touched a lot of people outside of his music. Kobe was the same way. Outside of his play, touched people in so many different ways. And that's why you see the reactions. With John Lennon was the same way, man. Whether it was an actor, whether it was a musician, whether it was an athlete, or whether it was Howard Cosell, with emotion behind his voice telling you about John Lennon being shot. He didn't just say it in passing. You can tell with the way that Cosell delivered it, man, you knew that, it was one of those things that, okay, he knew exactly who had passed away and what he had meant. It was one of those deals with Cosell. So that's the one thing that I walked away with, that it just, man, transcends. This is a guy that affected a lot of people in so many different ways. All right, let's take a quick break. We'll come back on the other side. If you want to get in on the accidentlawfirm.com text line, it's 786-322-1105 on Twitter at Big O Show. Vote there on Twitter. Our poll question, did TMZ do the right thing by breaking the Kobe Bryant death before the family was notified? You have two answers there. Yes, no problem. It's their job, or it's wrong. Pretty simple. Go to our Twitter page at Big O Show. Let's take a quick break. Back with more right here on the Big O Show.